This session will be recorded and you will get the record of that session.
Okay, let me come back to the deck. I don't know how many of you heard about the Petronas Net or Distributor program. Program name also changed several times. When I came to Petronas, it was something like Net 2.0, then Petronas Net or Petronas Workshop program. I think at the moment we are more using Petronas Net Distributor program, but I'm still referring to Petronas Workshop. I want to cover, we have 2 hours reserved for that session. I don't know whether we need that 2 hours or not. Maybe we will be quicker because the attendee number is lower. But basically, I want to go through this program and tell you why Petronas have that program, what are the benefits, what we thought, what are the program elements, and what is investment linked to that program, how we qualify workshop to the program and how we select. Also, how to contract your relation with workshop and how to register the workshop in our network. And at the end, I want to ask you, there would be a session for your question, and I hope I will be able to answer. If not, then of course I will provide answer later. But basically, this is the course of that 2 hours. So why Petronas Workshop Network? We started this in 2015, and we already tested. This concept is very fruitful for 3 at least stakeholders: distributor, Petronas distributor, and workshop. So there are 3 main partners who could really benefit from entire concept, and at the moment we have around 4,000 over, and now program is global. Because Europe started this, and it has been also transformed to the global program over the time. At the moment, we have 4,000 workshops globally, and the plan for this year is 4.5, which of course could be the subject of revision because of the COVID-19, but what is really key is to understand this is the global program, which probably we will expand further, and I will show you also what are the next steps, which definitely should be also a benefit for the customer. Around 15,000 cars are serviced in our network at the moment per day. So quite impressive number. Why? I just put this slide. It's a JIPA from Poland, but it's not far from the other countries. Of course, we don't have this researchers in all the countries, but when in the survey independent workshops, EMG means independent mechanical garage in that research, were asked why they are joining the network. Of course, the first answer was because we could benefit from improving purchase conditions. So that's quite normal, because in a group you have different expectation, and you have also different, you could expect different conditions. The second one was the commercial support. Commercial means you know, there are some islands, or there are also a structure approach to the issues. The third independent workshop was improve visibility and the knowledge about my workshop. So this is really something what I want to refer right now, because it's really quite quite important for that program. Additional one was improve the garage equipment, have access to the training, and finally grow with my clients. So that I share this because I think this slide is evidence that the workshops see the benefit on joining the network. And okay, so what are the benefits? The benefit are, as I mentioned, for three stakeholders in this entire concept are quite clear. For us as Petronas, we see the benefit on building up and strengthening our brand and image. We believe this program also accelerates the Cyntium and Urania Green growth. We also recently introduced that program to agri business. So I also want to add this. It's Urania, Cyntium, but also Arbor potentially concept. Of course, it allows us to improve profitability, because then if we have the access to the workshop, we could create also demand. We want to also, of course, Cyntium or Urania Green, we want to present and position price as a premium product. So with this added value, we could do this. And of course, we believe it also improved the loyalty. With 5 years experience, we definitely could prove it happens. For you guys, we believe this is a support on sellout activities on your market. So you, of course, could run your own programs, but this one is a ready formula for you, and you could again address the customers with the value-added offerings from the partner. So you could tell them, okay, guys, we are providing you a premium product with an entire concept, how to sell that. And of course, that allows you also to have access to the new customers. For the workshop, we believe this service guarantee them the professional service from the expert, because you are an expert. You are not the sellers who sells thousands of products and different. It could be, of course, it could be also the case, but you are expert on lubricants. So whatever happens, you are the first point for asking any questions. And of course, as I mentioned on that slide from JIPA, the strong visibility improves the reputation on the market. And also same competitiveness, because with this entire concept, we are providing not only visibility, but also training, also local marketing. So our network is the first on target on any promotions, for example. And of course, additional benefits, which I will talk later on further, is a promotion on our website. Okay, so what are the elements of the program and what is the investment? Overall, we could say this is B2B, B2C concept, which is nice, really. What that means? It means that we just offering the B2B support, which means to you, also to workshop, but at the end, the workshop also could improve their service to the final customer. I'm just one warning to Stefan. I just see Athens calling me on my mobile, so maybe they have some issue with connection. Just if you could maybe take that, Stefan.
Okay, I will check.
Yeah, I could explain there are four main blocks of that concept: the marketing and brand. So we are providing a concept for branding outside, inside, depending on the customer expectation, also a customer, let's say, capacity and also willingness to work with us closer. So we could provide a few stages or few modules of that support. Technical support. This is the most challenging for us, I have to say, but we are able to provide a training online, like I'm doing right now for that session. Of course, if unfortunately probably only in 2 languages, but what we could do, and we are working also on this, we could provide a training session with subtitles. Maybe that's the beauty of having live session online training, is you could ask your presenter for questions and he could immediately respond, but with an online session registered and subtitles, that's also bringing value. So we could provide that for your customers, and that could be a training not only about lubricants, but we also have some alliance with brands like Bosch, Pirelli, Premio, which could also provide a training not only on lubricants, but related to the workshop, independent workshop. In terms of marketing support, in a welcome pack, we are offering a range of merchandising items and additionally POSs, which definitely could improve the visibility, but also could trigger some attention of potential customers. What I mean by commercial support, we have in certain countries we have the relations stronger, in certain we don't have really relation. Probably you also could check how it works, because I put it those brands, so Bosch brand or Pirelli or Premio, they are brand which recommends us. They are not heavily promote, or they didn't insist, or they didn't make a condition: if you are not working with Petronas, you will be not with us, but they recommend us, which means also we could benefit from that. Okay, so what are the options of this support? The options are like you see. We call them by colors, or the top support is called flagship. And I will explain what that means. I just put also visibility. So for your knowledge, this top one, you could see the flagship. So you could observe the branding is more extensive. It's not 1 or 2 modules of the branding. We could do entire building, even branding, which is lightning in the night. So this is our top commitment, reserved for the customers who are really also premium, I would say. And I put some indication also what that means, flagship. So, for example, for the passenger vehicle lubricants, it's above 3,000 tons per year. and for the CVL, so for the Urania, above 5,000, and the average investment of Petronas or let's say not only Petronas but common investment is around 15,000 euro. Could be 15,000 euro. I want also add additional information that, sorry, I have to just switch off that. In that case, the number of flagship on the market is not like enormous. We have 10% of the flagship, but it could change also. So if you think you have a very good cases which you could convert and convince to be a flagship Petronas, just give us indication and we will check whether that's
voice.
Okay. Someone join. Okay. Hello. Probably we have someone from Greece.
How can I put the camera out?
Okay. I will probably mute right now everyone just to allow us. Where is the muting participants? Mute all. Okay, I will mute. Mute everyone. Mute. Okay, then let's go further. Sorry, guys, I have to do this. I hope Stefan will you will deal with your customer connection. So flagship, again, as I said, this is a top investment, and there are a few cases on the markets, but it should be really premium location, premium building, also capacity, throughput enough to cover the investment, basically. A second option is just a few branding, like 4-8 models, which we could, which I show like this, but it's depending also on the building structure. So it's a personalized, but less personalized than the flagship one. And again, for indication how much volume you should have to be on that one, it's around between 1.7–3,000 in passenger vehicle and 2.5–5,000. And the investment is around 1.26,000 euro. For the silver option, we are delivering basically the signs with Petronas logos, like here Petronas overall or general logo. We could also add Urania or Cyntium. In that case, we could do also the personalization, so name of the company on that sign, but we need to have at least 5 cases because I'm talking about the situation if you are not able to manage the branding locally and you expect from me that I will deal with that request, because I will also explain this is possible. Okay, let's see what else. So as I mentioned, those are the standard, the gold and silver options. We could do also a kind of pylon like this, with some iconographic and brands. What we are doing also, and it's I think very efficient, we could equip you with the banners, which are 3 meters, 1 meter high, 3 meters long, or other sizes. It's a PCV banners. What is the benefit of that? for these signs, in most of the countries, you need a kind of permission. For this one, probably nothing is required. And as I mentioned, we could support you on this branding, whatever you will pick up, flagship, gold or silver. And those are the prices. So price is around, for this flagship, where we have 80 centimeters high and as long as you wish length, the price is around €200 per meter. So this price is per meter. And as I mentioned here, the branding will be covered by Petronas in 50%. So 50 needs to be covered by you or your workshop. We don't know whether that's possible or not, but this is our offer. For the gold options, I just put the price of this particular sign. So it's around €800. So if you want to have a customer who wants to have this kind of pylon sign, light box, your investment should be 400, and we will cover 400. And for this one is half, so it's around 400 or total, again with 50-50 sharing between you and us. And as I mentioned, we have a vendor who could do this. Whatever you will provide, it could be managed. Of course, as the destination of export are very wide, we cannot deliver one sign with that price. The minimum in that case is 5 signs per one destination. Basically, we could deliver to your destination, or we could also deliver directly to the customer. But from all the experience we have, we prefer also to have you somehow involved in that process. I will check because I have one chat, but I don't know whether that was mine. So okay, I don't think that's the one related to call. Okay. Again, for those who joined recently, there is an option to raise a hand. If you want to ask about something, just raise your hand, and then I will have indication that you want to ask any questions. Also use a chat if you think, and the rise that you could also in a chat, you could chat in your own language. We will translate this. Okay, coming back to the branding options. So flagship, gold, silver, and those prices are, let's say, indication. Probably we could have around this price, we could manage entire service. And why we think it matters also inside. This is one of the location we manage from Poland in this case, but it's really it's great to show to the customer also that they could benefit from this internal branding. It makes a refresh look, and also customers who are waiting, for example, in the reception, which is branded in our colors, with our images, are more willing to change oil to Petronas. Okay. In a marketing welcome kits, which is delivered always to the customer after signing the agreement, you could find a bunch of the marketing merchandising, which are this kind of small giveaways, overalls, product display, watches, but also soft things like weekly planner, which every single advisor could put on the table, some notes, some cash pads. Also, we have the brochure in several languages. I think at the moment we have English, we have Russian, we have also Hungarian. So it's all available, and you could. This brochure is designed this way that you have a cover. On the cover, you could see everything. Let's say the program elements, and in a cover you have also a template for the agreement with the customer. So customer who will receive that pack will.
Danuta, there's a question from Massimiliano about the French language. If you know it will be available in French, maybe we can do it offline, but
we could. Let's say, again, if there would be interest, we could do every single language translation. So really, it's only the matter of how many you need, and the translation is possible.
Yeah, and maybe for the French market, because we have Petronas France, and also in Belgium we have French distributors, so maybe we can check with the local markets if they have already.
Probably this brochure has been designed in Germany, and we really like this is I would say distributor version of the program. As you know, guys, in some countries we are doing business directly, so they have a bit different process, and also I think entire material is more. This is for A4 format. Kind of cover together with additional documents. I will definitely also share these documents with you. You could look, and again, this is a proposal. It could be designed per your market request. So if you think the thresholds of the flagship should be higher and the silver lower, whatever you think makes sense for your market, you could make that also, let's say, localization based on your local market needs. Okay, I mentioned about additional benefit, which is really recently added to entire concept. I hope you are familiar with Petronas, Petronas.com website. So on that website, you have whenever you log in, you will have this additional menu, which allow whoever join to find a workshop. And what that means is that if I'm located in Poland, the workshops located in Poland, close to my place, which is Poznań, will pop up on the map. So whoever from whichever location is logging in, the geolocation allows to find a workshop nearby, which is absolutely, I think, cool. And there are two options. So on the main menu, there is a option to find automotive workshop, but also whoever is just searching whatever on our website, they could find also option of that workshop finder in each section's menu. And as I mentioned, the list of available workshops pop up on the map, on a Google map, and then you could click on the particular workshop and check what this workshop, so the information about workshop name appears, how far away this is from your location. You could get direction. you could have a website of that workshop, telephone, additional functionality in the future, which has been postponed due to COVID, would be you could even book your slot in that workshop, and that would be also a new addition. But all the necessary data to reach the workshop are there, but also what kind of service the workshop provides. I really personally think this is cool because whenever we are offering any also promotion on our website, that functionality allows us to shorten a journey from us to the final customer. So which is really great because and this is also available on mobiles. So any customer who have, for example, navigation, and the promotion will be supported with navigation, could easily find a workshop where with promotion. Okay, and okay, qualification and selection. So how we thought, should be your, because this qualification and selection is your role, guys. So of course we could help you with giving you some kind of indication what we are looking for. Of course, we are looking for the good location and the good and the premium partners. There is no really a formula or definition, because I spent around 12 years selling, and one of my first job was sales representative in an independent workshop as well. And I had an independent workshop which sold yearly 30,000 liters, and they were not really as glamour as this one. They were more close to this one. But that was several years ago, and I think the expectations and also customer perception is that they expect a good service from the well organized and also having good visibility inside workshops. So it would be really good to pay attention to the prospect customer for that premium or gold or flagship silver or gold workshops. Probably those of you who already have your own network of the customer knows what I'm talking about. So it's better to select the workshop which have a good location, so near the highways, with good visibility, not like this, where maybe a few customers passing, and where the main junctions are. So we are investing, especially the flagship workshops, where we are investing pretty big money. We should really consider a few times, and whenever you will apply for this, please include the map of the workshop, snap of the Google map. That will help us to understand where is the location. And additionally, why we are maybe stressing this, because one good workshop could be the inspiration for another. So if we will have a nice workshop and the more and more people or cars will stay on the parking, people will understand quickly this is a good investment and will follow. So as I mentioned, at least flagship and gold should be really in a good location, and also look at the number of lifts. If there is one lift or one hall, probably the throughput of that place is not good. It could probably be different for the southern countries, where every oil change could be done outside, but again, as an indication of the workshop capacity, please pay attention to this. And again, we have few networks. We have few workshops in a network in export, and those are in majority are flagship or gold. But I would recommend to really start with the case which you know. So you could guarantee this guy is stable, especially in those days where, let's say, the businesses are less stable than they were a few months ago. So we are looking for good reputation and stable business and investment should seize the capacity. So if there would be only 1,000 liter, please consider less investment. How we will proceed with this registration? Your proposal should be approved by area manager, and my recommendation would be of course, we are not traveling right now. What we did already, and it was very successful, almost in the front of pandemia, we did a virtual trip with one of our potential customer, which works pretty well. So if we have some cases which are urgent, can't wait, we could do this, that you or your customer will show us all the facilities and we will make decision based on this. And most of the communicators today, like WhatsApp, have that video connection. So it's really also possible. And what else? I think everyone, if you haven't heard about that program, you should talk with your area manager about your possibility. So let's agree on the target. You could do yearly or by end of this year, for example. And of course, we need to align internally as well. So I would tell you this year we will be able to do in entire export around 30-40 workshops, not more, because it's already half of the year. And if you will get more requests, probably we need to somehow manage this for the next year. I'm talking about the current budget and current resources. Okay, so what about contracting and the registration of those workshops? There is we will be bypass in contracting. So the contract will be between you and your customer. We will be mentioned in a contract as the one who will provide branding guidelines, who will provide a sign, but the contract will be within you and your customer. We need a data of your customer only for the registration purpose, because we want to register them in our Petronas workshop network. This is the only reason why we will ask you about those data. But the contract, we will provide a contract template. You could design this as you wish. You could add, you could cancel whatever you want. But again, I want to stress that would be your contract with customer, and you will have all rights to that customer. And as I mentioned to you, area manager role is allowing the registration. So the data we will ask you to provide are only for the registration purpose. So I'm just showing you what kind of data we need. And you will get all those records in a Excel file. So here you have the Excel file, which I will share with you guys after that call. So quite a lot of data here, but the data here are, as I mentioned, only to have full data for the registration, and also for us data regarding the potential of the workshop to consult whether this investment is proper or not. So you will get, as I mentioned, this data after that call, and the Excel file will be shared with you after that call as well. What are the next steps? As I mentioned, this program is right now global. It has been started in Europe, and it will evolve more. So at the moment, as I mentioned, we have marketing, branding. We are providing, or we are able to provide technical training. There would be more digital solutions. As I mentioned, you know, we are, for this year, the plan was to introduce the booking function through the website. It has been postponed due to pandemic to 21, and we will also there is another topic which we are thinking also to equipping the workshop in a special tool for car checkup. What else? All the, as I mentioned, trade consumer programs, so all promotions. Also, there would be more promotions for this network available in the future. I mentioned about this improving workshop efficiency through some diagnostic equipment, and also as the program and the network is growing, we have more and more also partners who wants to offer their network to us, or any partnership. What means partnerships? In that case, it could be invitation for the annual meetings where they could promote the network. It could be also common promotions. And we came to the section which is called question and answer, and I would switch on my camera right now, if you don't mind, and if you have, guys, questions, which I will check what we have here. Okay, no more than French. If you want to ask me, I just ask you to unmute your microphone and you could ask me. I don't want to have that session a one-way presentation. If you, as I mentioned, you could type your question in your local language. We will use Google Translator to understand what could be your question.
Yeah, there seems to be no question. Maybe they're trying to, let's say, unmute their microphone. But I have a question for the people from the market. I see that there is Romania represented. I was wondering how in Romania branded workshops are, if they have already experience with that, or in any other country, because I also see that Marcos from Greece has joined the call. So if there is news from the market, I would be interested to hear also from them their opinion on branded workshops.
This, Stefan, that was question to Marian.
Hello, yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
I will try to answer. For the moment, there are several workshop brands present in Romania, but the majority are coming for the distributor. So usually big distributor for a passenger car or for trucks, they have their own workshop network, like Intercast network, Autonet network, and for there it's not something very dedicated to lubricants. Actually, it's a partnership with a big distributor, and they are selling almost everything for this supplier. So it's not only for lubricants. So it's not a big visibility coming for the lubricants business. But of course, in the past, there's been some partnership. As I find from a discussion with my colleague Ionuț, it seems that even Shell is present in Romania with some program right now dedicated for lubricants. So we should see what is happening in the future, and maybe we can also share with you some images if you'll find or something like this, just to have an idea regarding this market.
Okay.
So it's not something very strong in lubricants business. It's more general, I could say, in the automotive business.
Okay. And could there be an appetite from your customer base, your independent workshops, to have this branding, or they prefer to be independent? Is there some, let me say, interest already rising from the market?
Yeah, as Ionuț said on the beginning, the majority of the customer usually ask, okay, what we can win with this partnership. So if you ask me if you will be able to present them real fact and what they true win with this partnership, for sure we'll find a good partnership and good partners in this business. Of course, right now we have a lot of customers. Many of them are a workshop, and we are selling to them. But we are still far away from the moment that they will be able to say, okay, we can put everything in our house. We can brand everything with this logo, so we can start this business. But I think step by step, if you define very clear what are the advantage of this project, as Danuța said on the beginning, maybe better prices. We need to understand exactly what is the commercial support. The improvement of the visibility, it is true, and sometimes help them to find new customer in their workshop. It's important how we'll develop this business. In my opinion, right now it's quite clear what are the tools that we can use, and what are the figures that we are expecting regarding all those three important step of partnership, as we said, done for flagship, gold, silver, and so on. So we have some figures, we have at least some ideas regarding the investment. I don't know if this is feasible or not for Romania, but we need to understand exactly. For sure, will not be enough what you put it there. So we need to be more active, maybe with some tools regarding the workshop, with some partnership regarding for some volumes.
Marian.
Exactly. So it's a beginning. Marian. Yes, Claudio.
Yeah, speak. You can speak.
Because there is a little bit of echo. I remember we started this discussion now several years ago with Giampiero, when Giampiero was So I remember.
We started in 2016 and we rediscussion in 2018.
Yes. So since what we like to do is try to learn from our experience and also mistakes. So that's because for Romania, we consider Romania a really important market, one of the most important, also where we can really play a difference. According to just if you let me say, if you want to give me two reasons for which, let me say, the number of workshop that we wanted to achieve has not been achieved. Let me say two main area of improvement where we need to work on for Romania specifically.
If you ask me, the most important thing is to understand clearly what are the benefits of our partners. Because right now we cannot promise them almost anything. We cannot promise them better prices because right now we have a very low margin. So giving them better prices means we'll reduce a lot of our margin. So we need to, even if in this moment we have a special policy of pricing on the workshop. So we are selling in low prices because, as you know, there is a big competition mainly on the workshop. So with the better pricing, we need to understand from where will come these better prices. Will come from you, will come from us. We'll split together. We need to support them from the actual margin and so on.
Mm-hmm. Can I just add something, because I think this is what I mentioned in one of my slides. The pricing discussion is always active, especially now. But the program benefits are mainly added value to the customer, and we just want to skip that discussion about the pricing. Because
Danuta, sorry. Yeah, we want to skip the discussion, okay, but we cannot ignore the discussion. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, if we have once we have a clear offer, okay, in terms of product portfolio, and as you mentioned, the benefit, we need to understand the customer needs, what is playing the difference in the customer that is willing to open that workshop, or let me say, so I understand we are all aligned on the fact that price is not the only discussion we want to focus on. But on the other hand, I mean, there must be a reason why, okay? If it's not the price, must be something else.
No, but I think one of the benefits for me clearly is the visibility, right? I think Petronas is considered as a premium brand. I think Petronas is sponsoring Formula 1. We are sponsoring Mercedes-AMG that has won the championship 6 times in a row. Okay, so if an independent workshop can put that name of Petronas, with the endorsement of the local distributor, I think is a big value. No,
it is. So
also
I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah, the second point is also interactivity. So the interactivity on the internet. If tomorrow people want to search for Synthium where we can buy, or Urania Green, they don't go and looking in the streets where they can see. No, they look in Google. And they look for Synthium, they go to the Petronas website, and there they can see the authorized workshop in Romania. So I think if we explain clearly which is the value to the workshop, and also Danuta showed that we can do 50% of a shared investment, I think with the same price of today, if they get extra value, they don't need better prices. So I think the point is to explain what is the value, and I understand that it's not so easy maybe for certain independent workshops.
Stefan,
that visibility is something that they already have, so we can.
What I'm saying, I'm truly convinced of the fact that the power of saying, let me say, of the Formula 1 sponsorship it's very high. What I mean is that message has been already delivered since 2016. Okay, I don't think that Marian never mentioned this to his customers. I think that he entered this, and it was one of his pillars, to start the discussion. Okay, so what we need to be, the new approach, if we want to really be focused and get different results, is that we need to switch from theory to a pragmatic approach.
Okay, guys, I think this discussion is really great, and definitely this is the purpose of that call, because I don't want to just present and again wait for results. We probably have different setups also in different countries, so this call should be a kind of starting point for discussion with AMs. If we need revised conditions, let's do this.
No, Danuta, this is yeah, that's a very good point, and also a very important discussion. But I think we have the occasion, since we are already 2016, 2020, we have 4-year experience. Marian, I think that overall, over the last 4 years, you have been trying to open this work. So let's try to gain, to make the most out of the experience of McDiesel, which is one of the biggest player in Romania. That's I mean, if we repeat and we start to repeat the same pillars that that has been discussed 4 years ago, I think that we are going exactly the same direction. Correct me if I'm wrong, Danuta, but.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify, because the first benefit that was right there, it was better acquisition prices for those type of customers which will become our partners. So I didn't want to say that, or at least for this moment, we don't know exactly what is this in percentage or so on. The discussion is later. I don't want to discuss about this right now.
Oh, but if I can just say just one thing, because I think the prices was a study, was a study from the market in the heads of the workshop, which would be for you the benefit of doing this. So I think maybe there may be a misunderstanding. So I think, Danuta, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was a survey where they say as a first
I wasn't thinking from a benefit from our side, because the benefit from our side is the business himself. So for sure we need to sell more, and as long as we'll sell more, we'll win more. So it's not about this, it's the benefit of our customers, of the partners that will come in this project, of the workshop at the end. So this is what we need to present very, very clear, and them need to understand exactly what they will win with this partnership. This is what I'm.
Marian, I just noted that we need to clarify really a benefit for the workshop, for distributors better, because at the moment you see this is not clear, especially for the workshop and for you. Am I right?
For me at least, yes, but at this moment we have something writing on the papers. We need to go more in detail, and we need to understand because after all, as you said, it's a partnership and it's an investment between you and us. So yeah. Both of us, we need to invest, and of course we need to take back those money.
Okay. Ciao, Francesco, by the way.
Stig here from Tallinn.
Hi.
Just, if I may, I will share a few comments, as we have now opened a few of those here in the Baltics, and I can say that there is definitely interest, because the whole business in our region has been moving to price only, and competition has basically forgotten about that there is something else, in this lubricant world than only pricing, but of course you need to be competitive. But the second thing, what could help is probably a clear concept, meaning to remember the Mobile Express service project, that you have fast lubricant change concept with 10 concrete steps, which actually in our region, no one is doing right now. So together with Petronas, it could be built up a concrete concept, which then also requires a full portfolio, meaning that together with Petronas, we need to agree which are the 4 or 5 key products to cover most of the market needs. So whatever car comes into the workshop, then we should cover it, the aftermarket, with 5, 6 products, 2 in drums, the rest in 5-liter packages. And this has to be supported with the Tutela range. So if you want a concept of quick and fast oil change with the, let's say, branded workshop, then you have to have it all, and to cover most of the market. So I believe this is something, and definitely what helped us with the first projects is the the package, the overalls, the stickers, the floor covers, the chair covers. So it's not only outside the light box, which sometimes is heavily taxed in certain countries, but it's also, you know, creating the atmosphere inside. So at the end of the day, to conclude is that I think we should go deeper with the concept. So how we educate the customer to really dedicate themselves to selling lubricants, because right now they are a bit running everywhere to earn a couple of euros here and there to survive, and we can help to change that. So these are a couple of my and the inside we were talking already earlier, having this certificates designed that this customer is really the Petronas global workshop member, and this type of things also help to raise the, let's say, that they would be proud of the project that they are in. So yeah, so these are my comments.
Thank you very much, Stig. That was very great comments. And I just, Stig refers to the welcome pack, welcome kit, because as Stig was one of the first distributors who already introduced that, I really I'm happy that you mentioned this, because of course those are the elements which were designed after we reviewed this program already with Polish distributor, who makes some comments how to improve the current package, current concept. So you know, whatever you think we should add, it would be really great to have your comments. And I have at the end of that session feedback request. So feel free to add really whatever you think we need to add to this comment, or just drop me email as well if you think we need a workshop style of a meeting to maybe validate, okay, this is good, this is not good, we could skip this one, because I'm a very pragmatic person. I hate to work on something which doesn't really add any value to this. So if you think, and feel free to really be flexible. We are 35 countries in export, so something what works in Estonia maybe will not work in Czechia, or will a completely different set of arrangements we need in Romania. So really, we could really design this program based on what works. But overall concept should be clearly understood by the customer. This is not the, of course, purchasing condition is once, but I would also put attention to explaining to the customer that entire branding, entire investment we are doing is also a price, because finally we are selling them, but they don't need to spend some money on benefits which they will give us from for free. So I really like that discussion, by the way, and don't be shy. If anyone have other comments, please unmute your phone and ask question. Okay, now I understand there is no more comments, unless Stefan, you receive any?
No, I did not receive any further questions.
Okay, I have, if you have a mobile, you could just scan that QR code, and you will be directed to the form which I developed to assess not only that call, but also some kind of program elements. Please provide me a feedback. It could work on mobile, it could work on PC. Everyone who will scan that QR code will be able to respond. And again, I'm really very happy we ran that session. It's only 1 hour, 15 minutes now, but it was really great to talk to you. Please give us your feedback on that particular session and drop me email if you think we need to work further on some of the elements of that offer. As I mentioned, you will get this deck as PDF after that call, along with this Excel file, which will be used to register the workshop. So Stig, this is the one you asked me for several months. Sorry for being late. Now you will get this quickly. As I mentioned also about that feedback, so you will find the feedback here. Please it's a more like multiple choice question feedback. So be so kind and provide your assessment of that session. It will allow me to plan this kind of session better for next time. As we are in a wider group, I also want to tell you that due to the current situation, probably we will meet in that formula more often. So there are few other sessions planned. Maybe before, let's say, summer holiday, or definitely also in the autumn time. We plan to do sessions on Arbor, maybe Tutela as well, a more kind of training session. But we could do also a more workshop style meeting dedicated to that particular topic also. Okay, guys, thank you very much, really, for your attendance, and wish you a very good day. Please provide your feedback.
Okay, thank you, Danuta. Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Thank
Danuta.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danuta.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Jan.
Bye-bye.